Hello, magical human, and welcome back to Madison Mindset, the podcast. Welcome to another video episode. I'm still getting used to these, hoping to do them more often as we go, but it's a little bit weird, like for nearly 4 years, I have set up my little mic wherever I am, and it's fine, and it's all good. And now I've got to have this whole camera thing going on, which isn't hard, but yeah, I'm definitely better with audio. I'm definitely better with sound, visual stuff. I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, I'm still getting used to it, but it's fun. Really enjoying it. And there's been a lot of beautiful comments on YouTube and things. And yeah, on Spotify, everyone's really enjoying actually being able to see me, which is really great. It's a great new thing that's being offered on Spotify. And obviously, YouTube's been around for a bit. So finally, giving me the push to actually get on there, which is great. In today's episode, we're jumping into a topic which I'm very passionate about and comes up randomly. And we're going to be talking about age. Age. What is age and our reaction to it? So we're going to jump into this, what it means to age and how you can take it from a different perspective. Let's jump in. Hello, magical human, and welcome to Madison Mindset, the podcast. My name is Madison. I'm a yoga teacher, a mindset and spirituality coach, and a complete earth fairy. I see a world that is peaceful and easy to live in. Humans that are awakened and enlightened towards who they are and what life truly is and why we are here. I understand life can be really hard. I've had a huge journey with anxiety myself. I understand what it's like to feel overwhelmed, overworked, stressed, and frustrated within this earth. It is this journey that led me to begin my own growth journey. And it's only through those struggles that I was able to birth this podcast so that you can have the tools and techniques and knowledge to help you step forward and be a being of light. A magical, earthly being who is grounded, supported, who takes on challenges with love and embraces the lessons that each day brings. You are that being. I am here to walk you there. You will find many different kinds of episodes through this podcast. All are created in the moment and with love for you. Find the one you need for this moment and enjoy. Take a moment for yourself. Sit down with your journal and tune in. Welcome. Let's begin. Age. What inspired this episode? Well, as someone who has had pretty severe health anxiety for the majority of my life, I can tell you that being able to age and hopefully being an old woman one day is something that I really hope for. Because I spend a lot of time thinking, I get one little niggle in my body, one little something, and I'm like, oh my God, what's that? And if you Google it, obviously, you're dying, and so, yeah, for health anxiety for me, it's really been a huge challenge. And that challenge is just that I want to live, that I want to live to a certain period of time, that I want to live until I'm 80, 90, 100. I want to live till I'm 111, magic number, of course. So you have these desires to live a long life. Most people do. And the truth is, you may not. So this episode, it may come across heavy. It's not heavy. I'm actually going to try and lighten what aging means and to give you a different perspective. But basically, my point of view is that I would love the opportunity to be old one day. I would love to be old. I would love to be whinging about my back. I'd love to be, seeing my face in the mirror and it's a completely different face. I would love that opportunity. I would love for a lot of my family to still be around. I'd love for my partner to still be there. I'd love all of that to happen. But in reality, there's a lot of space. I'm, 26 right now. So there's a lot of space in between where I am now and experiencing that old age. Now, it's not that I'm obsessed with being old and that I really want to be old and that would be fun. It's the fact that a lot of people don't make it to old age. And I teach a lot of seniors classes in this studio. We do chair yoga and things. And something that is so common is, seniors, older people, not even that old, like 50, 60, whinging about how old they are. And they'll tell me, you don't understand because you're so young, like it's not fun being old. You'll understand one day. And they've got this real negative undertone to it. And I know I'm 26. And if there's anyone listening to this who's up in this age range, you might be thinking the same thing, like you're 26. Like, let's see how you feel, in 60 years. The point is, I don't think it's going to be fun to be old. I don't think that, I mean, you can't do as much as you used to do, blah, blah, blah. Like I understand, like your body starts to age, right? And that's not nice. And obviously there's suffering there, but there's suffering everywhere. There's suffering no matter what your age is. So the point for me is, when you hear people whinge about how old they are, I just find it really disrespectful. Because if you've lived in your 70s, 80s, 90s, up in the hundreds, you're among some of the most blessed people on the earth. You've been allowed to live that long. A lot of people don't live that long. Like we see a lot of old people. Do you know how many other people have passed? Children die. People in every age bracket die. So a lot of people actually don't make it beyond 50 for whatever the reason is. Some kind of disease, some kind of accident, something happens, right? Whatever life creates for them. You actually have no idea what's going to happen. And it is my hope, and I'm sure many other people hope, that, I'll get to live to a certain age to see my children, to see my grandchildren, and to see what the world's doing and to have a nice, beautiful, long life and to experience stuff I want to experience. A hard pill to swallow is the fact that you may not. You may not live that long. Something may happen. Tomorrow is not even guaranteed. Okay, so when you start to look at life this way, it can either depress you or it can inspire you to live well, to live with peace, to live in the way you want to live, to be excited about life, to take care of yourself, to show up, to get off YouTube, to get off, Netflix and scrolling through things, so it is a gift to age. And we have this idea that aging is bad. People spend so much money trying to stop the aging process. This is wild to me. Like, why are we doing that? Like you're not fooling anybody. We know that you're aging, and you know what? Freaking lucky. Good on you. You're among some of the luckiest people on earth. And yeah, we all go through things in our life. Maybe you lived to 90, but you had this really hard life. Maybe not. But we all have challenges in life. This is part of life. We're here to be challenged. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. Our perspective is a very important key to all of this. If your entire life was miserable, It's time to look at the perspective and our peace as well, because not your entire life was miserable. You ever felt the sun on your face? Ever felt a warm hug? Ever felt the grass tickle your toes? Ever been to the beach? That's life. That's living. Enjoy it. Soak it up. But people don't focus on those moments. They focus on the worst moments. And then those worst moments become their entire life. It leaks into every area of their life. If you had a bad period, over 5 years, once that 5 year period is over, you can let it go. You can move on. You stop talking about it. And a lot of people grip to things. They're gripping onto suffering. They're gripping onto pain. And this can be an ego thing. The ego attaches to, well, I'm a victim of this and I'm a sufferer of this. And, it loves to do that, loves to create drama, and give you something to identify with. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to identify with your pain. You're not your suffering. You're not your experiences. So, yes, life is hard. Absolutely. But it's more of a blessing than it is hard. Even the hard times are created so that you have a gift. You have the gift of life. How beautiful is that? And yet I hear so many older people whinging about being old. And I understand. No one wanted to, no one wants to be old, be wrinkly, be this, be that. I get it. It's not nice. But you know what? A lot of life experiences aren't nice. It's just how it is. It is simply just how it is. It's part of life. You end up in these areas. When I hear the senior groups whinging about being old, literally, I say to them, like, I know you're not whinging about getting to live as long as you have, because a lot of people don't get to get there. A lot of people don't live that long. And as soon as I bring this up, they say nothing, because what can you say to that? They're like, yeah, you know, but they're just so wired. We're so wired to complain about stuff. Life is so hard. Life is so this. Life is so that. Age is beautiful. Look at a beautiful forest. You know how old that is? People get obsessed with old stuff, trees that have been alive for goodness knows how long. Life is old, and everything is aging with you. You're not alone. We're all aging together. Even physical things are aging, even like this kind of stuff, aging, physical products and stuff. Everything is aging. The entire world is aging with you. Everything in nature is aging with you. Every child is aging with you. You're not alone. And yet we take it as this personal attack from life. It's a gift. The fact that we don't live forever is the ultimate gift. Because if we all lived forever, what would we be doing today? Not much. Would anyone ever do anything? It would always be, no, do it tomorrow, do it tomorrow. We wouldn't be able to keep having children. We'd have to stop it at some point. The world would be a mess. The fact that we can live and leave is actually a really beautiful and elegant process. It is, it is. And you get the opportunity to go through suffering, to go through pain, to go through fear, and to emerge stronger, to go through with peace. And you get the opportunity to love the people who are around you while they're there. It gives you a sense of urgency to do the things you want to do, to be the person you want to be, to create the change you want to change, and to be with the people you love. It gives you that urgency. So if you're trying to stop the aging process, there's all kinds of things you can do. I'm not going to list them all, but, there's creams and drugs and procedures and all the things. If you're trying to do that, you're resisting life. That's all you're doing. You won't win. Life has been lifing a lot longer than you've been living, right? It will outlife you, right? I'm saying that when your hair goes gray, when you get all these wrinkles on your face from smiling and from looking at the sun and from, enjoying your life, that is a gift. Every wrinkle is a mark of honor. It really is. It's a mark of a life well lived. If you've got lines from laughing, beautiful. Wouldn't you prefer to go into the next chapter of death, getting to the end of your life and ending up wherever you end up, wouldn't you prefer to get there with a body that's been well worn, that's got lines from laughing, from smiling, the whole body is just like done? Wouldn't you prefer that than to go with a body that's still capable? Obviously, we'd all prefer to go with a well worn body that is done, that is going back to the earth. Okay. So there are two massive points here, maybe three. We'll see how we go. The first one, if you age, if you are old now, or if you're getting older, or whatever it is, that's a gift that not a lot of people get. It's actually quite rare when you look at how many young people die, how many people in their 30s die, how many children die, how many people in their 40s and their 50s die. If you've managed to get all the way up to 70, 80, 90, congratulations. That is a huge gift, and I hope you thank life every day and enjoy the journey of transitioning, of getting older. Nourish the time, enjoy the time. Teach younger ones, share your wisdom. Like, this is a beautiful time, and you are one of the most blessed people on the planet. A lot of young people that you see now won't get to where you are. So pray for life and stop whinging about it, because young people don't want to hear you whinge about how it sucks to get old. That's not inspiring anyone to live. That's not inspiring anyone to embrace getting older. That's making people scared. And you're affecting the younger generation. So don't whinge. Life is how it is. You get older. Age is a beautiful thing. It's a gift if you get to experience being really old. Go you. Well done. I hope I get to experience it as well. I hope all the people in my life get to experience it. The second thing, if you're young now and you're thinking about delaying the aging process, or you're thinking about trying to look, better and more perfect for the rest of your life, understand that you won't win. You may win the battle in the moment, but you'll lose the war. You're going to age, and you can delay if you want to, but a lot of the time people can tell that you're delaying. People can tell that you're resisting. Instead of delaying, the much more attractive thing to do is to embrace it, revel in it, enjoy it, own it. Again, that sends a really good message to the younger generation that age is beautiful. Age is a beautiful thing. Gray hair is a beautiful thing. Wrinkles are gorgeous. It teaches young people that age is a beautiful thing, and it inspires them. If you're trying to fix age like it's a problem, you're creating a problem. It's not a problem, right? So don't worry about fixing it. It costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of time. Instead, why don't you fix your relationship with getting older? Why don't you fix your relationship with your body? Your body is going to constantly evolve and change all the way to the end of your life. It's never going to be the same. And to expect that it will is to sign up for a great time of suffering and pain, emotional pain, mental pain, even physical pain, right? Let your body live. Let it be a part of nature. Let it break down. Let it rebuild. Let it break down. Let it do these things. It's natural and it's beautiful. You can't delay the winter. You can't delay the harder times. You have to learn to embrace them. So focus on loving yourself. And honestly, the people who love themselves, who cherish life, who laugh all day long, who have the best time and are the most grateful, they are the most beautiful people, even aging. And I mean beautiful inside and out. We've all seen beautiful old people who are just shining and reveling in it. You can be that as well. You can. If you try and resist, if you try and stop, if you try and force, if you get angry about it, if you bring that negative perspective, you'll find it's an unattractive time, because anger, negativity, and resistance, it is ugly because it's against nature. It doesn't look right. It doesn't seem right. Okay? You don't have to delay anything. And the third point here, which I'm definitely going to say, is to enjoy life. The fact that it doesn't last forever and that it's constantly changing is your gift. It is your motivation. It is everything you need to prioritize the time you have with your friends, with your family, with your lover. It gives you the opportunity to prioritize living life and experiencing every moment of it when you're a child, when you're a teenager, when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up. Experience it. It'll evolve, it'll change. Enjoy it. Age is a gift. Nurture it. If you are someone who maybe knows right now that they're not going to live to 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe you're in a situation where you are unwell or something's going on, understand that life doesn't always allow all of the plants and all of the leaves on the trees to turn brown. Sometimes they get blown off when they're green. Sometimes they leave, right? Not everyone is meant to get there, and that's okay. And that's something I am working on, trying to find acceptance with at the moment, is the fact that you may not get to that age that you'd like to. You may not see 90s, 100s. You may not. Many of us won't. This isn't a bad thing. It's not a punishment. A lot of plants and parts of nature, a lot of flowers don't get to bloom, but they're there. They're ready to bloom, but they don't. Okay. It's still a beautiful process. We all have different cycles. We all have different timelines. Whatever happens, try to trust that it was the right thing. And that's really hard to say. But the alternative, to think that you got ripped off, that you failed, or that it's not fair, or that you're a victim, that's going to be worse. So instead, understand that that's part of nature as well. That is part of nature. Not every cycle's completed. Okay? Allow your cycle. Whatever it is for you, trust that that was your timing. Trust that you're in your old age. Okay? Again, this creates urgency to enjoy your life. Thanks for being here, Magical Human. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you feel a little bit emotional. I hope you feel something from hearing these words, and I hope it inspires you to start living your life and to take a different perspective on what age is and what challenge is with getting older. And hopefully it inspires you to live as you are, because you're enough and you're beautiful exactly as you are. Thank you for being here, Magical Human. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone you love. Share it to your Instagram stories and tag me at Madison_mindset. Feel free to leave a comment on this episode or send me a DM or send me an email. All those details are below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.